Hi everyone and welcome back to Drama Recap. It's Ronnie, your favorite drama recapper here, talking about some ongoing internet drama. I've said drama way too much. Jumping right into it, Ned, if you are not aware, Ned Fulmer of the Try Guys has been let go. It all kind of came out about 2 weeks ago. I have a video recapping that situation that will be attached at the end of this video, so you can go ahead and watch that if you would like. Now we kind of have an update because this week we've gotten some official releases from the Try Guys. They released their a video on their Try Guys YouTube channel. The video was titled What Happened, and in that video they basically outlined kind of the timeline of events. They can't really go into a lot of detail just because of legal reasons, and they touched more on that on their podcast they just did. Was that yesterday? Or today, maybe even, that the podcast was released. In their initial video, the What Happened video, first of all, a lot of the discourse around this video was mainly jokes and memes, as it tends to be, surrounding Eugene a lot, who in the video looks very, very angry, looks very pissed, really just annoyed, and is like angry. Like, angry is just the best word to describe it. This makes sense. You are in a company. Ned put this company at risk. He ruined credibility and relationships with, these guys that he has been in this company with for years. They've built a relationship. They've built something up, and now it's just being really thrown away and was put at risk. But then I also saw a tweet that someone said that Eugene and Ariel are actually very, very close, and that kind of puts a whole new spin on it. Like, the way I look at it, sure, these four guys were friends, but I definitely think at this point in their careers, they probably are more of just like close co-workers. And if that tweet is to believed, it sounds like Ariel was more of the friend, just the friend of the coworker that Eugene had. Ned being the coworker, Ariel being his true friend. So, of course, he probably is pissed at Ned for doing this to his friend when maybe he was closer to Ariel than he was Ned. So that made a lot of sense. In the video, people have also discussed a lot how they kind of look like they're going through the different stages of grief, with Eugene being anger and Zach being sadness, because he was like on the brink of tears during the video. Keith kind of kept it together. He was a little bit more level-headed, a little bit more in the acceptance stage, if you will, for going through these 5 stages of grief as a parallel to this. I think the video was really well done. I think it was well handled. This is navigating choppy waters for them. In this recent podcast episode that they've released, they got more into kind of the legalities of it. More so, like, we found out this was happening. They said they found out over Labor Day weekend and they couldn't tell anyone. The initial video, they said that they had released Ned on the 16th of September. So they did about a 2-week long internal review with an HR representative. And then in the podcast, they discussed how this was all very stressful for them. And they talked about how they just were kind of going through the motions of making sure that themselves, their company, their employees, all were protected under legalness. Like, that's kind of the overarching theme of all of this, is the legality of it. And a lot of people had discussed how in Ned's statement he wrote that there was a consensual workplace affair. And a lot of people had said that there's no such thing, considering that he was a owner in this company and Alexandra was just an employee, and there's such an imbalance of power in that situation that they never truly could be on equal footing to be in a consensual workplace romance or affair, whatever you want to call it. And I think that's very true. Podcast episode, they discussed how they had shared their statement with Ned because I guess some people, I don't know if it was fans or critics or somewhere in the middle, had been saying the Try Guys and Ned coordinated statements that they had ended up releasing. They released all of those statements at the same time. And Zach and Keith, who were on this podcast episode, Eugene was not present. They said that Eugene doesn't like doing the podcast, so I guess he just was like, I'm not going to be there. But it was Zach, Eugene, and a producer of theirs for the Try Guys. They said that they had shared what their statement was going to be with Ned, and then when they saw the statement, they were a little angry because it seemed Ned's statement seemed to have basically been copied and pasted from what their statement was going to be to, in their mind, Ned tried to do that to make it look as though their statements were being jointly made, like he's still part of it. I also saw this really funny. I say funny, like, obviously no part of the situation is funny, but people have been making a lot of jokes, and there was this part, this slideshow of Twitter where people posted edits of Ned's Twitter like bio and his like banner and everything like that, and how it just has gone through an evolution of, originally it said like family dad try guys or something, or family vlogs or dad vlogs, something like that, try guys, and it was a picture of him, and then like it was all four try guys, and then he took out try guys, and then he took out the banner, and now it just says like Ned Flummer vlogs, and it's like him and both the banner and his profile picture. And you know what? I don't think Ned's career will ever survive. I think the Try Guys have, even though this is terrible news, I think it's been a lot of positive press for them. They handled it really well. I saw a TikTok for a person who said that her credentials are in PR kind of crisis management mode. And she said that they handled their What Happened video beautifully. That is exactly how you should kind of handle a situation like this. And I think that's the universal feeling and opinions. I personally, when I first touched on the situation, I was a little hesitant if I was to say that they didn't fully know what was going on. I think people had ideas. I don't know if they fully knew that he was in this relationship with Alexandra. I think they had ideas, especially because I've seen obviously these are all secondhand accounts, and you can't trust any of these sources without like proof, physical proof in your hand. But some people on Twitter have said that when they would go out to events or whatever, Ned would hit on women and I guess try to maybe hook up with them, and other parts. I remember one specific story I read on Reddit specifically called out Keith because she described him as the tall one with the glasses. Said that, yeah, like he kind of does this a lot or tries to do this a lot. So, did you know? Did you not know? Regardless of what they did know, I do think they handled the situation well. And I think the first and foremost thought of what the situation was to be handled was to just fully protect themselves and their company, which is not a bad thing, obviously. Like, you should want to protect your livelihood, your way of income. Money in this world is such a variable to just having basic things and, basic needs met. And so I think anyone would do anything to protect their source of income. So I don't like blame them or kind of put like negativity on them. I think they are probably going to gain a lot more fans. I think their current fans are going to stick by them, and new people who have never heard of them will be like, oh, they handled the situation really well. Let me check out the Try Guys. Like, maybe I'll fuck around and subscribe to the Try Guys now. So I think the situation is kind of coming to its end at this point. We'll see how they progress. They've stated that, there are some videos that they will never release. Ned will not be part of any videos going forward. So I think it'll be an interesting season for the Try Guys, like end of the year season. And I do hope them well. All three of those guys that are remaining seem like pretty good guys. No one has really said any bad things about them. So hopefully they are good people, and I wish them the best of luck in their company. So let me know what you think of this Try Guy situation. Let me know any thoughts or kind of funny memes or TikToks or stories that you have seen on any places of the internet. And until we have another drama to recap, I will see you later. Bye.